Alright, Shalom, double opponents, the apostles of GMS, honest you brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity. Gonna be a quick video regarding the war games that have been played out there between Russia and America. Alright, and it says, despite being quick to condemn Russian military maneuvers, NATO is conducting wide-scale games in the Baltic states, right, and creating a line of troops across Eastern Europe. Since the US denies a double standard, but records and transcripts suggest otherwise. It says thousands of troops and hundreds of tanks have poured into Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania in the past 2 months. As you can see here on the map here, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, right? It's forming pretty much a line between Russia and Europe. All right. It says in the past 2 months, as part of an operation dubbed Atlantic Resolve. This is in February, 140 vehicles and 1,400 troops swept Narva and a mere 300 meters right from Russian borders. This is, as you connect the countries, there's almost a line of U.S. troops. This is defense news quoted. Michael Forster, that goes into something else. But like I said, man, right? You're seeing war games being played out, right? They got a line of troops, right, as if it were a battle line, all right. And if you have a battle line, what do you have? You got troops on one side and troops on the other side, man. All right, and see if I can get a real quick picture of that so you can exemplify it better. This is a good one. Right, so you got that line of troops over here, and that line of troops over here, and they're gonna clash together, man. All right. It says, they're gonna fight, man. They're gonna war, man. All right, and that's what you have right now. You got a line of U.S. troops and a line of Russian troops, all right, lined up for war, man. And we'll just touch on some scriptures real quick. This is the book of Habakkuk, second chapter, on the first verse. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me up upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me. And says, and what I shall say answer when I am reproved. It says, the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. It says, that he may run that readeth it, for it is up for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and will not tarry. So the vision of this, the prophecy of these two countries coming to war against each other, namely in the book of Ezekiel. All right, although it tarry, man. All right, like right now it's not war, it's games, but they're playing a lot of tarry, man. You gotta wait for it, right? Because it shall surely come and it will not tarry. All right, it says, behold, his soul is lifted up in him. All right, is lifted up and is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So you gotta have the faith, right, to persistently push the fact that these two countries are gonna go to war against each other, and to persistently know that they're gonna go to war against each other, man. All right. It says, yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right. He's got ground troops all over this place, man. If it's not clear to see who the devil is, man. All right. His so-called home is over here, but really, we know he's from the mountains, man, the Caucasus Mountains. So he took up this land illegitimately. Now he's all over he's all up in these African countries, so to speak. Right? And he's all up in these areas, man. So he never keeps at home, man. Right? Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell, and is as death, which cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth up him to all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting parable against him, shall say, woe to him that increases that which is not his along, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that vex thee? It says, and thou shalt be for booties, which means these Edomites gonna be like for spoil, man, unto them. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because thou because of the men's blood and for the violence of the land and of the city, right? That all and of all that dwell therein. All right. So like I said, it's just a quick one. And you can find that article on AMTV, you know, with that, say double honesty, apostles of GMS. But you brothers have been pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.